Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a special episode of 50-50 Take It or Leave It with myself, Mitch, and Kyle. In today's episode, we talk about some of the more paranormal things that we've seen in our day-to-day lives. We start with some night terrors that each of us have had, followed by real-life stories. We also talk about who is a believer, who's a skeptic, and who's maybe somewhere in the middle. All that and more right now. And welcome to tonight's episode. A more interesting episode, wouldn't you say?
I'd agree.
I'd swear, but I don't want to have to edit it out.
You're right.
True.
We're coming at you from the past, actually. This episode will air around Halloween, correct?
Yes, sir.
Spooky indeed.
Spooky season. Keep it live.
Like we said previously, this episode will touch on the more paranormal. And on that topic, who would like to go first with their story? Mitch?
I can go first.
All right, let's hear it.
Just for everybody out there, too, to some of the dismay of the podcast members, the lights are off.
Spooky. I can't see anybody.
Limited lights. It looks like flashlights with everybody's phones lighting up their faces.
Cal's face looks very red.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I'm just incredibly terrified. You can hear it in my voice. I'm
And
just
you'll
shaking
notice
my
we are
boots.
down a member
Yes, we are.
due to some
Circumstances.
One of the members will no longer be on the podcast. But you'll already know that because this episode was recorded in the past.
Ooh.
Every time, bro.
Every time you say that, I'm going to do that.
Bro, come on, bro.
I can kick it off. So, this is a personal story. Actually, I'm going to go 2 for 1. I'll give you guys a BOGO, okay?
What?
Personal story here.
He's going to give us 2 stories.
A BOGO?
Yeah.
BOGO, yes.
What does that mean?
It's basically
Buy
buy
one,
one,
get-
get one, except we're not using any money to
Ah.
buy anything, so
Yeah.
we're just getting 2 free ones instead.
Yep.
I just call that a twofer. A 2 for
I
1.
think he said that first, and then he switched it to BOGO.
No, he said BOGO at the beginning. Anyway. Sorry.
Anyway, so these stories, one involves myself and one involves my brother. We'll go with mine first.
Set the stage.
So, we're at my grandma's house. I decide to pop in a movie I have yet to watch in the video cabinet. And this is on VHS.
Right.
This is no
right.
DVD. This is no Blu-ray. Good old VHS back in early 2000s.
Where you got to rewind it if
Oh,
you want
yeah.
to watch it again.
Yep. I had to rewind it, unfortunately.
Yep. As most people do.
Yeah, but I did the rewinding so fast that it went all crackly,
Yep.
so you can actually see what was going on.
Yep.
Now you're probably wondering, ooh, what scary movie is Mitch watching? Dun dun dun. At the age of, I think I was like 6 or 7 when I watched this. It was Jurassic Park.
Such a good movie.
It is a very good movie. Very well done. Highly recommend watching it. But I was also 8, so I
Right.
was pretty young. That T-Rex, pretty creepy. What got me, though, was those velociraptors. Now, at the time, I watched it, I didn't get too scared. But then, a couple months down the road, I'm at a...
Sorry, keep going.
You got something to say, Matt?
But those velociraptors. When I was 8, like Jurassic Park was like the shit.
I
Wasn't,
enjoyed,
like,
I enjoyed the
scary.
movie. I enjoyed the movie, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the movie. But subconsciously, I think I was scared of it.
All right.
Because a
Continue.
couple months later, we're having a Cub Scout, like, sleepover thing, I guess.
Yep.
Did you guys ever do that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I did not.
Okay. Well, for Kyle and her viewers who didn't know or didn't ever partake, basically you have your den meetings every like Wednesday or Tuesday night, but like once a month you all get together and you do something. Well, this month we decided to have a sleepover at one of the one of the Cub members' house. It was on Friday night. This kid in the town we lived in, this kid kind of lived in the more scary part of town. It was closer to downtown, a lot of bars, a little sketchy. He lived like 2 houses away from a gas station bar where you could buy, it was like a smoke shop. They sold booze and cigarettes and just kind of sketchy.
All right, yeah.
Not a fan. So I was already kind of creeped out. And earlier on in the night, we were all just kind of messing around, being 8-year-old kids and scaring each other. And at one point, one kid fell asleep, and they thought it was funny to put ketchup on him in the bathtub that he fell asleep in and creep me and maybe like one other person out because they knew we were freaked out. We also decided to watch Halloween. Now, I was a very sheltered child. I didn't know what Halloween was.
It was a holiday, bro.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It's not when you're like 8.
No,
it's
it's
definitely the
No.
opposite.
Michael Myers.
Yeah.
It took me a solid 6 years to get over that dude. Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Pretty scary.
I mean,
it's
he
not
has-
realistic.
It's very
horror
he
movie.
has an aura about him where it's like this could actually happen.
Right.
Like this
Yeah,
is-
3/4 of the way through that movie, I went upstairs and watched Powerpuff Girls with a couple other
with the boys.
with the boys. Yeah,
Almost had so much respect for you.
I made it through
Almost.
3/4 of
he
it,
made
man.
it. He made it through a majority of the movie.
They had to
had-
whitewash it with
He had to-
Powerpuff
he had-
Girls.
He had
Yeah,
to. He
yeah,
had to.
man.
It's like he had to chase it down with a little something
And
light.
of course, it's a Powerpuff Girl episode with the creepy red monster.
The devil dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So after that night, I kind of am just always scared of Michael Myers. Like next couple months were rough for my sleep schedule. And one particular night, I remember having this nightmare. I was running down the stairs because in the dream I had to go get something from the basement. Now, our basement creeped me out because it wasn't finished, and my dad was taking a really long time, like, finishing it. And he had, like, yellow tape up, and he had, like, all of his construction tools down there, and I think he even had a jackhammer down there because he had to take out a bunch of cement to, like, rework the basement. This is just kind of a creepy place. Was not a fan of it. And so I had to go downstairs. In my dream, I had to go get him something because I can't remember. I just had to go get him something. Went down there, and as I'm, like, walking down the steps, it's dark. The lights are off, of course. And I see, like, this shimmer. And what I thought was, like, the construction tape or the safety tape or whatever, it's actually 2 velociraptor eyes. Yeah. And in dreams sometimes you get that, like, slow-mo where you can't move or you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
running
yeah.
really
We
Yeah,
like
yeah.
freeze.
Yeah, that happened, and the velociraptor came up and ate me. Yeah, pretty
Huh.
bad. So
Okay.
Jurassic Park,
Alright.
subconsciously scary.
Yeah, yeah.
Now this is more funny because it didn't happen to me; it happened to my brother. So
Can I just before we
Yeah.
get into that story, we should preface this. So, do you guys believe in ghosts? Let's go around the table.
Okay.
All right, let's start with you, Kyle. All right, and we'll go around like you believe, or you like skeptic, are you maybe like if I see it, it's a see it I believe it kind of thing.
For me, I'm a little bit of that. I need to see it to believe it kind of thing. Cause like you go and look at like Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures, and you're like, well, how can I tell if any of this is actually like real?
I love those shows.
Which
I
don't get me
laugh so
wrong.
much.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's funny to watch and stuff like that. But I'm like, is it actually real? Like I can't believe this unless I'm actually there with them, and they actually experience that stuff. I can't believe it. And just from me alone, I haven't really had any experiences with like ghosts to really have me be like, yeah, I believe in them. I know my family, I think, have had experiences, but for me personally, I'm like, well, I haven't really had anything, and everything that I have seen on like TV, I can just be like, well, that's fake. So until I actually have something happen to me, I'm a little skeptical.
Okay, all right, Mitch.
I wouldn't say I'm not a person where I need to see it to believe it. I believe in the like afterlife and like spirits and whatnot. However, I don't know. I think they don't stay on the actual like earth. Like they just aren't here.
Okay.
In my opinion, And I'm not saying like if I saw it that I'd be like, oh yeah, they're here. To be honest, the only times I felt like that paranoid or like scared, like the shivers down your spine and like sweaty palms and all that, the only time that's ever happened is where the conditions are the same in the movie, and I just mentally kind of put myself in that movie scenario, which is fake.
Yep.
There are people that study like human emotion, and it's just the flight or fight response that basically horror movies capitalize on and make you feel that. So I guess for me, not really a believer.
All right.
I could be swayed.
You can be swayed.
Yeah,
I'm a pretty open guy. I wouldn't.
I understand.
How about you, Matt?
So here's like me.
Or not Matt?
I classify myself. Why not Matt?
Yeah.
We're not using names, remember?
We use our first names,
We
but
use
not our
first
last
names.
names.
Oh shit, my bad.
Dude, it's been a while.
I know.
All right. So I fall into the category of skeptic. All right. I don't really believe in ghosts. Like, I don't know. There's not enough out there for me, like evidence-wise.
Right.
There's not enough out there. However, there has been 2 times in my life where something has happened that I have not been able to explain.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll get around to those stories, but Mitch, you had one more that you were
Yeah, I had one
you were
more.
gonna go with. I just wanted to see what everybody's feeling. So
Right.
we're majority like skeptical and
But can be swayed.
maybe like possible believer.
Yep.
Mm.
All right. Yeah, continue.
Okay, so I get that these aren't really aren't ghost stories per se. They're more like just nightmares. But
Okay.
I don't really have any encounters like
Right.
you have. For my brother, when we watched that same movie, it was pretty funny because my grandpa lived out on this dairy farm, and we'd go down there when we visit him, and we'd walk out, and then, we'd hear the cows mooing, and
Mm-hmm.
the wind would be blowing, and it's a walk to get back to where our cars were. It wasn't like the cars were parked right next to the house; like you had to walk a bit to get to your car, and with him watching, because he was like 4 or 5 when he watched it with me. Yeah. No, he'd be like 4. Yeah. He'd always get really scared when we'd have to leave because he'd say the ready's out there. He'd like, the ready.
The what?
The
Re-
ready?
the ready. Now, I don't know why he called it the ready. And it took us forever to figure out what he was talking about. But what I finally figured out is he is scared of the T-Rex in the movie. And he thought it was real. And he thought the cows were like the T-Rex. I find it funny. But that's because it's funny seeing my brother scared.
Ready.
Right.
The
right.
ready. And he called it the ready. He didn't call... Because, like, Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Right.
I always called it a T-Rex. So
Right.
Rex ready. I don't.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a stretch, but
I mean, I can kind of see it.
yeah.
I can see the ready getting turned into something like super creepy though, like the name.
Oh yeah.
To me, like
Definitely sounds like a creepypasta.
you hear some. Oh my god, is that a fucking face?
No, it's not a face.
Fucking look, dude! I made you look.
There's no face, bro. There's no face.
Should
bro.
have
Calm
seen
down.
Kyle's face. Oh my gosh.
The TV's on.
Oh, we have the ring.
The smile was gone. He went like so cold for a
Oh, I
second.
don't know what you're talking about. I don't there ain't nothing. There ain't nothing there.
Someone turned the TriGaster on.
Oh,
Interesting.
dude, yeah.
Yeah, there's
Oh, that
someone
was
in-
good. That
someone
was
in the
good.
studio right
Good.
now.
Continue with your story.
Yeah, that's about it. Like we asked him like or we more made fun of him. We didn't ask him about it. We more made fun of him about years down the road. He doesn't really remember, but like he was 4, so he
Right.
probably shouldn't. But yeah, otherwise, I don't really have any paranormal encounters. I know one time my friends were all chilling and we were like, "Hey, one of my buddies was like, "Hey, do you want to go watch Saw?" Now,
Ooh,
That's
fun.
not a scary movie. That's
It's a psychological thriller.
gore, like porn,
it's a gore fest.
Yeah.
gore fest, dude. I hate it.
yeah, well, I wasn't a fan of it either, but that's because I thought, and I mishear things quite a bit, I thought they said Jaws, not Saw. So I'm
So
like,
you're in for a ride.
so I was like, guys, I've never
Where's
seen.
the shark?
Yeah, I see the previews that
Why
they're.
is this woman in a bear trap?
No, it was the one where
Why
they're-
is he sawing his own leg?
Yeah, pretty
Where's
much.
the beaches?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, guys, I've never seen Jaws. We should go watch it.
Your friends knew that you thought it was Jaws.
Clue number one that I should not have gone and watched this movie. They all got the biggest grin on their face and said, "Yeah, Mitch, let's go watch Jaws."
And they just started laughing
Clue
like crazy.
yeah. Well, they didn't. They held it together, but they couldn't keep the smile. Clue number two was the previews of all the movies on that movie. You know how like movies will do like 2 or 3
Right.
related to their genre. Yeah, they're all like Friday the 13th and
Yeah.
Halloween and
Yeah.
all that shit
Absolutely.
or all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they, yeah, and clue number 3 was when the dude himself rolled out on his little tricycle.
So you were pretty deep in the movie
Let's
when you
play a
realized
game.
this isn't Jaws.
Well, no,
Because he
because
doesn't come out on the tricycle until
they did some backstory.
That's true.
Yeah, when they did the backstory and he rolled out with the mask.
Right.
Yep.
Oh
Yep,
God,
yep,
that,
yep.
that
If-
scene haunts
If
me
I
so
if I may
much.
ask.
Yeah.
Did you go to the theater when you watched?
No,
Saw?
we were down in my buddy's basement.
Oh, because I was gonna say if you guys went to the theater and you said let's go see Jaws, I was gonna be like, bro, you are a good
You were a
couple
dumb
decades.
kid.
You were a good couple decades late to the party.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
But yeah, no, I get that.
and it kind of sucked because I was finally getting over Michael Myers at that point.
Oh, now
I was
I
like,
got worry about Jigsaw.
yeah, exactly, dude. That guy still kind of creeps me out. I'll see pictures on the internet by accident because I'll look up the price of a saw and he'll
by
show up,
accident. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and I'll be like, ooh, still creepy. But yeah,
Kyle, you got any
Yeah.
ghost stories?
Well, kind of going off of Mitch's here. I as I mentioned before, I haven't had like paranormal experiences. I've had like night terrors,
Okay, yeah.
and I
Oh,
believe
dude.
like this, like one of my first ever, because I can remember vividly my first nightmare that I've ever had, and it's just like there's a lot of like imagery in
Okay.
my like in that dream where I'm like I'm gonna remember this forever.
I remember one of my most terrifying dreams.
So my my nightmare begins like it starts off nice because you don't just
They all
jump in.
do.
Yeah, you don't
They all
just jump
do.
into something right off the bat. So it's me and my brother. We're in my old apartment, before because I moved around a couple places, but this was in my first house. So me and my brother are on our like bunk bed, top bunk, playing games.
Right.
And we hear a sound and in our closet, and it's like an all white closet with the doors are white. It
Yeah.
has like the little like shutters.
The shuttery
on the
thing.
door.
Oh,
Ooh.
Kind
dude.
of open. You can slide it open,
nope.
and there's like a bulb.
Mm-mm.
There's a bulb in there.
With string.
Yeah,
No.
Yes.
and
That's like in your room. That's where you grew up with.
yeah,
Dude.
yeah. So
creepy.
so we go. So I'm playing games. It's dark. The light's on in the closet. It didn't like turn on its own. It's just on.
Right.
And my brother's like, all right, I'm gonna go check it out because they heard a sound. So then and it's kind of a big closet. So we kind of you walked in there,
Right.
like see what's going on. And a couple minutes pass, and I look at the closet, and the light was red, but the doors were closed, and the light shining through was red. And I was like, bro, you all right?
Bro.
So I get off, and I look. Right, I don't go over there. I just kind of look because I'm like, when did the light turn red?
To clarify, he gets out of bed.
Yep, I get out. I get off the bed. I look in the direction of the closet.
Okay.
And it has now red light illuminating from it.
Just like the red light that's illuminating your face right now.
Was
Bingo.
the light red before? Like when
No, it
No,
was
no,
like
no.
a
His
standard,
brother goes
it was a-
in.
it was a
The doors
standard-
close, and then
and
the lights
light
turn
go
red.
Yep.
Ooh.
And then the door from my closet whips open, and my brother is sitting in a chair with his
What
head
kind of
completely
chair?
off.
Ooh. Dude,
Yeah.
what movie did you watch to get that dream?
And I don't remember.
How much more is there up to the dream?
There is there's a little bit more. So I'm looking at my brother here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, oh my God.
Right,
He's
you're flipping out.
Oh yeah, I'm flipping out. And then, because it's a big closet,
Right.
because he's just sitting there in a chair. And I'm like, why is there a chair in there? And then like a hand comes out and grabs like the door and kind of like, and it's a hand with like,
Yeah. It's the
metal knives on it.
Ooh.
And he slowly pokes out his head.
It's Freddy Krueger.
It's Freddy Krueger.
Dang, dude.
And he's just
Hey.
staring at me and has a big old smile from ear to ear. And then he just whips out and jumps at me.
And then you woke up.
And then I ran for a while.
Oh.
It
Oh,
continues.
no.
Oh no, dude.
And then I run for a while. And
I'm not gonna lie. As the story's going on, I looked up to the top where they look
Yeah.
in, and there's two red lights that fit perfectly next to each other, and I thought for a split
They were
second
eyes.
they were eyes.
so I'm running and I run out of the house. Well, actually, I look to find my mom and dad. And they're like positioned on a couch with their heads off too. And so I'm running. I'm like, So I start running. I go out the door, and there's like a black limo that pulls up, and then the windows roll down. And I'm not gonna lie to you, because I'm pretty sure this was the movie that I watched right before. But it was Chucky and his wife from Bride of Chucky, and they roll down the windows, and they like wave, and then I look back, because Freddy's like right on me.
Mm.
And that's when I wake up.
Ah.
And I'm like in a sweat because I'm a young kid. So, first of all, I'm thinking, oh my God, like this is something, like a lot just happened in a small span of time. And I get up, I'm like yelling like, Mom, I had a
Right.
bad dream.
Right.
And I was like, that was like the first real like nightmare that I've ever had, and I can remember it so vividly because I'm like, ooh man, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of like stuff in there where I'm like, ooh boy, that's I mean, I've had other nightmares too. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like those if you've ever seen Jimmy Neutron, all right.
Yeah.
There was something on there. I'm not gonna lie to you. There was something on there when I was a kid that scared me.
Okay. Elaborate.
Yeah. What episode?
What
So
scared you from Jimmy Neutron?
So it was those orange like twonky things. So they first started off like really small, and they were like really cuddly. You can look it up if you want.
Miss, Mitch, could you get
If you
the
wanna
editor to
look-
look
yeah,
this
look
up
it
for
up.
us?
So
Yeah.
they start off really small,
Because they're like gremlins. I
and
take
they're
it.
really cute. Yeah, they're like gremlins,
All right.
and they're really cute. And you're like, oh, that's nice. And then you see their second form, because there's three, and their second form is about as tall as this table.
Okay.
We're around right now, which is like a
Yeah,
little
that's
bit
good like me.
about
lot
thigh,
like-
like knee high, not thigh high.
A little higher than knee high.
And they
Maybe like
have
waist
these,
high,
and
maybe
they
like on a
have
short
these
person.
like big, bulgy, black out eyes,
Okay.
and they're just round orange monsters with sharp nails and sharp claws. And their third form is not as scary, because then they're just like man-sized, big, just bulky monsters. But it's
Okay.
that second form with the big eyes that are
Uh-huh.
like, ooh, that's inhuman.
Mm-hmm.
That scared me when I was a youngin', because that, to me, because like body dysmorphing stuff,
Yeah.
where it's like there's something about them that's like big bulgy eyes, or like stuff like that, where it's like their body is just unnatural in any way.
Mm-hmm.
That scares me,
Yeah.
because I'm like, oh, you shouldn't be. No.
Yeah.
No.
So apparently, it is season 1, episode 2, Attack of the Twonkies.
Sure.
Could you hand that over just so I could see what he's talking about?
So they start off like, oh, that's,
Okay.
cute.
And then, give me a sec.
And then you look at that like second form, and you're like, oh, no. That ain't it, Chief.
That's second form.
Like that. I think
I don't remember watching this episode.
Okay.
because I had a game for it.
Okay.
That it looks like it was turned into a game.
Yeah, and that's where it came to me where I was like, no,
No, sir.
no, I'm not gonna, no, no, sir, no, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember the episode myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't huge into Jimmy Neutron, but
I like
seen
Jimmy
some.
Neutron.
He's always good.
The
But
episode that stands out to me was the pants
Yeah,
one.
this
The-
thing for a better representation.
okay.
It has big bulgy eyes. It just looked really gross to me because I did not like the fact that they had big bulgy eyes.
All right.
But yeah,
You guys want to hear about like the first nightmare that I can remember vividly?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Dang.
I saw that scrolling through. My
The
bad.
editor
Alright.
just showed us a weird picture of Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah.
It's bald.
So it starts like in the worst way possible. It starts with me waking up from bed late at night.
Oh,
Like,
now you're not sure if it's real.
because I'm not sure.
Yeah,
if it's
those
real
are
or
the
not.
ones.
Those are the ones that always get me. So I wake up and I don't know. I just get that like sense that somebody's watching me. You know, you can just like feel it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the hair stands up on the back of your neck. And I look outside my window. Have you guys ever seen it's the second Ouija board movie.
Ooh.
The
The
yeah.
remake in like 2015.
remake that happened like not too long ago when we were in high school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the remake that was PG-13, but actually it was really scary.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know how that had a PG-13 rating.
The one where like like the demons like crawl into that girl's like mouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
God,
she looks in the
chills.
mirror.
Ugh.
Do you know that thing
Yeah.
that she looks at? That's outside my window.
Ugh.
And it's just staring at me.
Ugh.
It's just staring at me with its yellow eyes. It doesn't make any moves. It just and it mirrors me like when I walk. So I'm walking through the house now. I'm completely alone. And like I look out like through my other like in every like window and they're like all around. They're not like making any moves against me. They're all just watching me.
Mm-mm.
So a little time passes. I'm just like huddled. I'm like petting my dog inside. I got the TV on, trying to just like push these things out. I close the blinds, but I can still see like a little glow from their eyes, like peering through the fabric. All right, of the blinds.
Yep.
And I hear the garage door open, and I hear a car like slam on the brakes, and the garage door close immediately after. And my mom runs in, and all she says is, "Matt, don't go outside." That's all she says.
Mm.
So now it's me and my mom, and we're freaking out. We turn on the news, and like none of the newscasters are like reporting anything. It's just like silent.
Oh no.
I try to call some of my friends, and like none of them pick up. And then I look back, and they're not there anymore. And I'm just waiting. And my dream goes on for a while, and I'm just
Oh.
sitting in the house. And then it goes like out of perspective from me, and I'm like walking around the house, and there's one just like following me the whole time, just like right like behind me. And when I turn around, it like weirdly like jumps on the ceiling, and like just out of sight, like above me, like looking down at me. And I just keep walking. And for any of you that don't know, haven't seen this movie, the things I'm talking about are these human-like entities that are just completely black except for the eyes, which are yellow.
Yep.
And they're super elongated
Ooh.
in every like sense of the word.
They're just like taller, slimmer humans with.
It kind
They're
of
also kind of gaunt.
it kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of the girl in the well or the thing, not the thing.
The Ring.
The Ring. There you go.
I just watched
The
that.
girl in
actually
the ring.
earlier.
That's what it kind of reminded me of.
Hmm.
But I could be wrong. It's been a while since I saw the movie.
Oh, I'm going to show you a picture then.
No, let's
Yes,
not do
yes,
that.
I
You
am.
brought
Dude.
it up, Mitchell.
Dude, you
brought it
have to
up.
understand what these things look like.
Dude, that movie was creepy. I was like, how did that get a PG-13 rating? That thing is scary.
Well, I mean, PG ratings are more for like PG-13. It's like, you know, they're
You're
not
telling
doing.
me
they're not do-
a 14-year-old youngin is gonna go in there and be all right?
well, there's just things in the movie.
I don't want to look at it, man.
There's just some things in it that
Then why are we
aren't-
looking it up? Let's not look it up.
Well, show me. I'll see it. I'll take a look.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's the one. Yeah.
But look at this.
No.
This is what's following me in my dreams.
Oh God.
Look at that.
I'm
Look
done.
at it
I'm
one
done.
more time.
No, I don't want to.
Look at it, Kyle.
I kind of want to get this in a D&D, like
Oh God, I can't look at it. Oh my gosh,
Don't
dude.
look at it, Matt. Come on.
It's not off the screen. It's not off the screen. Oh man, this is the stuff that haunts my
he
nightmares.
kind of looks cool.
Literally,
not
I'm
gonna
literally
lie to you.
telling you guys about it right now. Oh my gosh, no, get off my screen. Get to the window closey bit.
Bro, just turn off your phone, bro.
No, I need the phone open
I
for
need
the
it.
light. Oh, I just sent a chill down my own spine because I'm stupid. So it's following me, like climbing with its like long hands and stuff on the ceiling. And somehow I get out of my house because I have to run because I eventually like do what she does in the movie and I see it in the mirror behind me.
Oh.
And I just dip out of the house. I hear my mom scream. I'm just running now. And like everybody I run past has one behind them. Like every person I see has one behind them. And then like I get to like a lake and I'm like looking down at myself, the lake, and it's like behind me the whole time. And I turn around and it like grabs me and then I wake up.
Oh my gosh. No. No.
And like I can't even articulate how creepy it is when you're walking around your own house and then you find out the whole time it was following you and watching you. And somehow you don't know how it got in the house.
Big yeet.
That is my like most terrifying nightmare. Stop looking up there, Kyle, you son of a bitch.
It's all right. There ain't nothing here, bro. It's in the studio. We just
In the
vibing
studio,
right now.
bro.
Bro, we're fine.
Bro, we're fine.
Bro, we're fine.
Mitch is looking all over the place now too, aren't you?
Bro, it's fine. What's the worst thing that happened?
This is why I don't watch horror movies.
Dude, oh my gosh, that thing is so creepy looking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's okay? Only thing
It's
that
unsettling. It's so
No,
unsettling.
I do like the design of it though.
It's good. It's good.
If they knew what they were doing when they made that,
Yes, they do.
they're like, we
only-
need people to be creeped out by this.
okay, I'm not a big horror movie fan. The only reason I agreed to go see that movie when it came out was one, I looked up the PG rating. I'm like, okay, PG-13.
Bro,
Let's
It's
be
fine.
It's
Are you-
fine,
bro.
And two, it's a Ouija board movie.
Bro.
Come on, what are they gonna do?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, not expecting that.
I'm just saying this right now.
What?
All of like, for me, like the scariest movies,
Mm,
like the scariest horror movies you've seen,
yeah.
they're not R-rated movies. They've
No,
always
The Annabelle
been
one?
Annabelle
Oh,
PG-13.
But the
there was one.
the
there was-
second one
this-
that
yeah.
came out, not the first one with the
Yeah.
paranormal investigators, not that one.
Yeah, the second one.
It's the second one
Yep.
where there's the little girl with the broken legs.
Yep.
Yeah. Have you seen that,
Like
Mitch?
all like
Kyle,
Yeah.
what are we doing tomorrow?
watching we're watching the entire Conjuring universe.
No,
Oh.
we're gonna watch that movie.
I
with
am
you,
not-
Mitch.
No.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
like horror.
I will leave my own self quarantine if we watch that.
For the audience, we got Matt's on duty tonight, and one of the RAs was clocked out, and the radio just came on, so it's kind of creepy.
Came out of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where.
Were you guys actually scared from that?
Mitch was.
Bro,
I saw him take a deep breath in
bro,
and look.
it's just a walkie, bro.
It's just the
Oh.
Kyle's trying to sound all tough, but I saw
Bro.
him look back too.
As soon as I heard public safety, I was like, it's just a walkie-talkie. And then you'll see a dark figure grab me by the throat, give me a rear naked choke, and pull me into the darkness forever.
Yeah,
and
dude.
I never see me again.
Yeah, and you were talking about having stuff like that in D&D. How do you know it's not gonna be?
You're right.
Oh my god,
You're right.
Right as I said that.
dude, no, what turned off?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Dude, no.
Oh man. For everybody out there, I don't know what just turned off, but some light just turned off.
Yeah.
I wonder if
that's,
he's safety locked up.
As soon as I see that.
You, Nora, that is who is on for RA West.
Look at Nora doing you a solid.
Doing you
Yes,
solid.
Nora is thebomb.com. Shout out. Stop looking at the doorway. You're going to creep me out.
Okay, did that
there's
light
nothing
just
there.
not like poop?
It did.
Go on, see ya.
Like I think
Ah.
I thought it was like your phone for like because there's a light emanating from you.
Yeah.
So I saw that turn off. So I thought that was just your phone
Nope.
turning off.
Something
I
turned
was-
off.
I was faced there, and Matt, you were talking about something kind of creepy, and then just off. Not because there
I
was
said-
two
I
levels
said-
of light.
Kyle said that'd be really cool if something was in like your D&D
D&D,
campaign. And I
yeah.
said, how do you know it's not? And once I said, how do you know it's not? The light went out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now somebody is either the best prankster I've ever met,
Right.
or
Mhm.
we're just creeping ourselves out because
I
for
think-
some reason the light turned off. You know, it's
I
normal,
think
rational.
I think it's just us creeping.
I want to turn the lights back
we're
on.
creeping. We're creeping
No,
out.
no, we're
We're
in
creeping
too
out.
deep.
I think
Now that's my nightmare.
now it's time
Allow me
for your IRL experience.
to tell you the things that happened to me in real life that I was not able to explain. Also, for everybody out there, when I talked about a face earlier, there is a prop in the back.
It's a tree.
It's a tree
It's a
prop.
tree.
It's kind of it's vaguely person shaped.
Yeah, it stands about 6 foot.
Stands about 6 foot. It's in the corner, and the shadows
Mm-hmm.
play on that perfectly in my periphery to make it seem like a person. And I constantly want to tell Kyle to look behind him, but I don't.
Well, if it happens, it happens, bro. When the demons come and take me.
I am not a
Whoa.
fan of the. Okay, so there's a classroom next to the studio to like do classes in, and the light is still on. Now I'm pretty sure I turned the light off the other day when we walked in there, right?
When we walked out,
Yeah, I don't know how I got turned back on because it's still on.
Well,
yes, it is.
I'm thinking
could've been-
It could have been
Corey,
Could have been Corey. Could have been maintenance coming through, checking the
could
room,
have been. We're gonna go with that.
It's true.
bro.
We're gonna go with that.
I can't even see Mitch from where I'm sitting.
I can see Kyle, but Kyle's got a light.
I have lights all over, so I mean,
Yeah, I can't see you, Mitch. I
I'm-
do see the light creeping under the doorway, though, from that room you were talking
I
about.
bet if I turn on the flashlight, I bet we're gonna see like a demon right behind him. I'm gonna do that right now.
Kyle, don't you dare.
he's fine.
Blinding.
He's fine. He's fine. He's just vibing.
Can you see me now?
I can also see Balak right behind you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Balak from
Dude,
it's
Valak
like that-
doesn't scare me anymore.
It's like that thing from
That,
Ins-
like, nurse?
The nun.
The nun? Yeah.
it's like
Did
it's
you
like
guys ever notice that nun is there's a picture in West?
Yeah.
You saw that? Okay.
Yeah, of course I did.
There was
Somebody
a-
tried to scare me with that, but I know that Valak's a punk. You know what?
Xanadu from Insidious
Anyway.
though can do, you know.
It is perfect in my periphery, dude.
Annabelle, dude.
Just don't
Annabelle
look
is
over here.
creepy.
Just don't look over here.
Yeah.
Well, dolls are creepy.
Dolls are just creepy.
So-
Dolls and porcelain items.
So,
So I don't go to the
Wait,
circus,
do you
bro.
guys actually want to hear kind of creepy story before you get into yours?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I have yet to finish the Conjuring movie.
Okay.
I have the only movie out of the Conjuring like universe I've been able to finish was The Nun.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, and that's
Con-
like the worst one.
Yeah. I know.
Conjuring 1 and 2 are like,
The Conjuring 2 is
Good.
pretty good.
especially the Conjuring. The Conjuring 1 is good. Conjuring 2 is probably the best movie they've made. Hands
It's
down.
good.
Next to maybe Annabelle
I have
2.
watched.
I like the
Conj-
second Annabelle a lot.
Yeah.
I've watched Conjuring 3 times and have yet to finish it either. All
Oh,
3 times.
Yeah,
Really?
Mitch, tomorrow we're going to watch
God,
the
I
second
hate
one.
Annabelle's the.
We're going to do a 50-50 special where
Yeah,
we
we
watch
are.
the entire Conjuring cinematic universe.
But quick
starting from
stories.
Conjuring 1.
Quick story.
Sorry. So 2 years ago, I did a internship in Sioux Falls, and a family member had a basement available for me to stay at to live at in Sioux Falls, so I didn't have to like rent an apartment
Right?
or drive back and forth. So pretty awesome, super cheap. The basement itself is like super cold, and the person who she was renting it to before smoked, and it just like was awful.
Okay.
But in the back corner of the living room area, kitchen area, because it was split by a curtain. So there was a living room area and then a kitchen area.
Okay.
Or more dining, because the kitchen was next to the shower.
All right.
Yeah, kind of weird.
That is strange.
And back in
Yeah.
the corner, there was a hutch, or not a hutch, like a cabinet with glass front doors. And guess what was sitting in there?
Don't tell me.
A Raggedy Ann doll.
Nope.
Oh. Man. No.
Yes.
Do you want to know what my grandma has? Not anymore. Luckily, I finally convinced her to sell it.
What does she have?
She has a doll that looks like a young girl, and its arms are like this,
Why?
and you put it in the corner.
Why?
I don't know why. Kyle, did you see what I did?
Was it doing what was it doing?
So it's a doll.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get up your phone.
Yep, your
There's
little
a
girl,
doll,
little
and it
girl
does
doll.
this, and you sit it up in the corner.
Why?
I
Why would it?
don't know. My grandpa
No.
got it for
No,
her
no,
because he thought it was quote unquote cute.
Your grandpa's good. Funny.
And I talked to my grandpa about it one day, and he's like, "No, it's cute." And I'm like, "Grandpa, that is the creepiest thing I have ever seen."
Yeah, no, that'd be creepy, especially
And
in
he
the corner.
gives me flack about it, and I'm like, "Grandpa, I'm gonna get." It was okay. All right, back up one a little bit. I sleep in the office when I go to visit my grandparents because obviously I'm the youngest. I don't get a bed. I get the couch in the office. Do you know where they keep that doll?
It's in,
In
the,
the
office.
It's in the office. So I have to sleep with that thing in the corner right next to me.
No.
And my grandpa gives me flack for the fact that I want that out of there when I go to sleep.
You, the youngest, right? Also in a room with a doll that looks incredibly terrifying, and he's giving you flack because you're like, well, stop acting
I'm like,
oh, you know.
Yeah, he's like, stop
Wimp.
being scared. I'm like, dude, I will fight a bear for you, Grandpa, okay? The bears are animals.
I will go revenant right now.
I'll go revenant for you, Gramps. I probably would lose. That's a different topic. Like, it's just that I would do that before I'd fight a doll in a corner.
Yep.
All right. I'm just throwing it out there. Things that aren't supposed to move.
That
move.
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
Big yeet.
Mm-mm-mm.
That bouncy ball in the basement in the Conjuring movie.
Or the...
Oh, they have the clap.
Oh
hide
god,
and
don't
seek.
even. I forgot about that.
Bro,
You guys suck.
How do you forget one of the most iconic
That's
scenes?
the one of those iconic scenes in all of horror, dude.
Yeah,
Oh, I
like the
for-
hide and seek, and
Oh,
then
I forgot that scene. Come
there's-
on, guys.
There's a lot of scenes in that movie where I'm like, ooh. There's a scene where like I think this is a Conjuring where they're doing like the investigating and someone gets like pulled through like the window in the house.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
I have watched up until I got when the film or they put in all the equipment to like
Yeah.
hunt the supernatural stuff.
Yep.
That's the farthest I've gotten.
All right.
And I heard
Really?
that part.
I
gets
will
really
not
good.
use specifics, but Kyle, in
Yeah.
the Annabelle 2 one,
Mm-hmm.
when she's looking down
Yeah.
at the doll
Mm-hmm.
and the doll gets... Do you know what I'm talking about, that scene? Because she shoots like a bullet into the dark closet
Yep.
and the bullet gets shot back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or it like rolls back.
The bullet
and
just-
she goes and hides in her bed. And then she sees that. And it gives me goosebumps now just thinking about it.
Yeah.
God.
The
It
Annabelle
is.
movies. The Annabelle movies
No.
are mint. Like
They are so
I
good.
think the weakest out of all of the movies is probably the Nun.
It's either The Nun or La Llorona.
Yeah.
I've seen
Yeah,
La
you've seen the worst
Llorona.
ones.
You've seen
Congratulations,
you've
Mitch.
seen the two worst out of the Conjuring movies.
Does it surprise you? I made it through
Well,
those.
there's that. Isn't there like
Those
a new?
aren't that bad.
Isn't there like a new Annabelle coming out, or has it already come out? Where
I don't think so.
because like the original like investigators are like from the first two Conjurings, they have all of everyone.
Oh, that's
and
right.
then, like their daughter's stupid friends, like I'm gonna touch all
yeah,
this
I'm
stuff. I'm gonna
mess
let
around
Annabelle
with all the
out.
demonic stuff.
Yeah, and I'm gonna let Annabelle out, and then you basically get all of the stuff from the original Conjuring movies now in
The universe.
one movie, and they have to put everything back.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like,
Or try.
that is good. And I don't remember because I don't think it's The Conjuring 3. It's still wrapped around Annabelle's like trilogy. So I think it's like Annabelle something, but I forget. But I was like, that is good because then you get all the stuff from the original movies now rolled up into one. It's just how they came out, which was
It's a
stupid.
good way to end.
Part of me wishes
Yeah.
they would have used an actual Raggedy Ann doll in the movie.
I think Annabelle.
No, I think it's fine.
Annabelle
It's
fits.
definitely
Don't
creepy.
don't get me wrong. The porcelain doll they do use. Oh my god,
Annabelle
it's creepy.
fits. Annabelle fits the bill.
It's creepy. But Kyle, it's a real thing.
Oh yeah, I know.
All right, y'all.
What was that, Mitch?
You both looked behind me, and I'm like, what?
Bro, I can't even see
I
you.
don't appreciate it.
I'm looking in your general area.
Just keep looking at us, Mitch. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I'm just trying to. I'm trying to look at you. Like I can see.
Yeah,
your,
it looks like you're looking over my head.
because I'm looking at like the white of your headphones
Oh,
because they shine the most.
I just
so look
watched
at it.
that. I watched the light coming from under the doorway because if I see any movement in that light, any shadows cross over that, I'm out. I'm out of here.
Lights are coming on. We should have someone in the studio
What?
who just has access to like the studio lights and there's lights, and they just turn them all on
oh my
command.
God.
Oh, that'd be great. Nope, we gotta run to the lights on the other side of the room.
Anyway. But yeah, I think they should have used a Raggedy Ann doll. 'Cause I feel like that
All right.
Anyway.
Tying back in, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
My unexplained happenings,
Okay.
I suppose. There are two. One comes from my house here in Marshall, Minnesota.
Ooh.
In Second South?
No. When I was a kid, when I used to live here.
Oh.
Actually, if you want some time, let's take a road trip to that house.
Yes.
Let's see if like the owners would let us in. That's an interesting thing that we might do. Good podcast material, guys. We can have after this. We can have next episode, like a follow up.
Actually, weird idea. If we could figure it out.
Yeah.
We could live stream us going in there. Like we have this episode air and then be like at the end be like catch
And
us
this.
live at this time and we'll go check out the house.
Ooh.
It's an idea. It's an idea.
Oh, I wish you could see our faces right now. There is a mixture of smiling and fear.
Well,
Kyle shaking his head. Let's get back to the story at
yeah,
hand.
let's get to the story.
So, picture, if you will, a small, young Matthew
Yep, full beard and everything.
playing with his Legos.
Yes, something I'm comfortable with.
It's around fall. It's fall because the leaves are just starting to fall from the trees. And this is back when this area wasn't being developed, so there was like a little bit of like a grove kind of behind my house, a little bit of forest kind of nearby before it all got built on, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call that?
Developed?
Developed. Yeah, absolutely, Kyle. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, leaves are turning.
Sorry.
So, leaves are turning colors. They're falling from the trees. And night just takes the horizon. Darkness descends on the house. I have just a mess of Legos all over the floor. Everywhere. Just everywhere in my room. A happy-go-lucky me stops playing with Legos. I get up. I leave the room. And I go watch TV for a little bit. Maybe 5 minutes go by. And I hear it. And one of my balls that I used to play with comes rolling down the hallway.
Nope.
Nope. I'm out.
As a kid, I'm like, what the heck? Okay, let's go check this out. I pick up the ball and I go back into my room. The closet doors are open. All of my stuff is put away. And I'm home alone.
No.
And as a kid, I was overjoyed. Everything's picked up. I get to go back to watching TV. It wasn't until a couple days later that I stopped and thought about what happened. I did not sleep in that room again.
Good call.
Yep.
Dude, that's creepy as heck. Ah.
My second unexplained happening. Fast forward maybe 8 or so years. I'm in my last year of being in Nebraska. We have a 100-year-plus house. Nothing happened inside the house. I just wanted, that's a cool fact. Yeah.
100 years. Okay.
Now.
In Nebraska.
Kitty corner across the street is an even older house. That is where our story takes place. A little history on this house that I found out. That house used to be a makeshift hospital during the Civil War.
So already, I'm getting bad vibes from it.
It is
No people died in there.
decrepit, like falling apart, and it is a giant house. It is huge.
Mm-mm.
Me and my friends, we're all pretty close. We like a little bit of, fright in our life.
No.
It's summer. Night falls. And me and about 5 of my friends get the bright idea to go inside. It didn't start bad. We walked in. There was that big staircase that leads up to the second floor and 2 doors on each side. And then we start to split apart and go along inside the house. I split up with my friend Brandy. The other kids go different places. We go up the staircase. We go through a couple of rooms. They're all broken. It smells kind of bad and kind of musty. There's broken furniture. All of it's just all the wallpaper's coming off. The floors creak. Sometimes when we step, they like break a little bit, you know, like how old houses do. It's about 5 minutes into exploring this house that we don't hear our friends anymore. And Brandy turns to me, and she just says one word. Hide. I turn and close behind me a closet like the one that you were talking about earlier in your dream. A
Right.
closet like that. I close it and I sit inside with Brandy. And we sit in there. And we sit in there. And I hear creaks on the floor. Like walking towards us. We don't see anything. But I hear the creaks. We sit for another hour in this house. Until finally we leave. She has never talked about it since. Our friends were out in the first 5 minutes and they said we were gone for ever.
Nope. Big nope.
I have one more story.
Okay.
And this is not mine. It is my father's story.
Okay.
Now, backstory on my dad. He's not a scaredy cat kind of guy. He's not a macho man, but he's very typical of a dude. He doesn't get scared at a lot of stuff. He laughs it off or whatever, you know. Okay. You guys haven't met my dad.
No.
No, only
Nope.
Dan has. All right. He's a propane truck driver, all right?
All right.
So he doesn't usually work late at night,
Mm-hmm.
but he had to pick up some because one of his workers, or not one of his workers, one of his workers got sick, so he had to hop in a propane truck and go deliver. So he goes to this house, middle of nowhere, at 2 a.m. The spot where he has to fill up the truck has one lamppost above the spot he's filling up, and no other lights. With the house maybe 500 yards away, and forest surrounding him, and the only light he has is from this lamppost.
Nope. No.
He starts filling up, and he hears a snap in the forest behind him. And he feels, and you guys, I talked about it before, but you know that feeling when you feel someone watching you, when you know someone's watching you. That feeling crawls over him. And he waits, and every once in a while, from the same general area, he'll hear the snap of a twig or the brush of leaves. He said he's never hopped into a truck so fast in his life. He didn't even write a ticket before he sped away.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, no, sir. Not catching me out there.
Mm-mm. No, thank you.
No.
Those are my stories.
I do have one
All right.
that from personal experience, not a dream, real life.
Yep.
So in Yankton, when things are being divvied up for state items for make the town bigger, you got your hospitals, you got your colleges, you got your prisons and whatnot. That brings revenue to the state.
Right.
Yankton, which is where I'm originally from, was given the option to either have host to the one of the state colleges, University of South Dakota, or play host to the state mental hospital. Now, as we all know,
You're kidding me.
USD is in Vermilion, South Dakota, a half hour down the road from Yankton. Yankton chose the state mental hospital because, and financially it was a smart decision, it makes more money. Now this thing, it sits across the way from Walmart. Houses a couple government buildings. I think the drivers, what's the place where you get the driver's license from?
DMV.
The DMV, yeah.
DMV is over there. But another building that was used by, because it closed down, like it got shut down.
Right.
The high school theater department used one of the buildings as a, like a clothing storeroom, because we gotta have a
Yeah.
lot of costumes.
Yep.
It was also shared by the community theater in town, so the community theater and the high school theater would just go out there to grab whatever clothing items they needed for whatever show they were doing that at that time. I have only gone out there once, and
And I'm assuming you will only ever go out there once.
yes,
Yep. Good move.
the specific building that the theater shop used was a fallout shelter.
You're kidding.
Nope. The fallout shelter. It had like the signs, the door to get into the shop was actually very creepy, like straight 1950s, the little nuclear sign. Or
Yeah.
Little
Yep.
fallout
Yeah.
shelter sign.
Yep.
And everything. Oh boy.
Now, interesting fact about this state mental hospital.
There's a fallout shelter beneath the state mental hospital.
No, well, no, it's like up because this thing was built in like the.
Okay.
So it's above
yeah,
ground, it's
Yep.
above
Yep.
ground.
Yep. My bad.
But below ground, all of the buildings are connected by tunnels. Because I'm assuming, now this is me assuming here, you don't want mental patients being transported from building to building out in the open because people in the public can see.
Right.
And you don't want crazy people running around. Not saying that they're crazy, but it just looked kind of bad because
Right.
50s were not a good time for mental health patients.
Right.
So they would be transported by tunnel from building to building underground. Now this thing has been closed for a very long time. So there's like a group of 20, 30 of us with one supervisor from the high school. We decide to go exploring. We
As all great friend groups do.
oh yep,
Oh my god.
there was about 10 of us gone. 10 of us leave. We work ourselves down. Or not down, but like to a different wing of, because the fallout shelter was attached to like a building.
Right.
So we go into the actual building part. Pretty creepy,
Mm-hmm.
Imagine like what the entrance to Arkham Asylum would look like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Bulletproof glass looking windows, the help desk, carpet with a couple broken chairs and whatnot, very decrepit. And we walk through that, we go downstairs. And this is where you get more into, I'm guessing, experimenting,
Okay.
I would say. Because you go down and big tiled walls with windows at the very top, maybe 4 inches tall, 8 inches wide, about half inch in between each window, and then the big metal doors, and the rest is just that tile surrounding a building. And we're walking, and a couple drips here and there from the water and whatnot. This building's been shut down for 40, 50 years. We keep going, and a couple of the doors are open. You look inside, you see a couple, 2, 3 chairs. Looks like dentist chairs, but there was no dentistry going on there. Pretty creepy looking. You see a couple old radios, I think a TV or two. You keep going down, and you go down like a metal staircase. The one where it's like a half flight, then it's like a cement pad, and then the half flight. And then we get to this big metal vault-looking door. At this point, we're at the tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was a freshman in high school, and This is what we've seen so far on this podcast. I am not one for scariness. I'm surprised I even made it past the dentist chairs. There's about 10 of us that went down there. 8 of them went down, it was open. 8 of them actually went into the tunnels. Dark, no light at all, underground, maybe 4 feet wide by maybe 6 feet tall. Could not, it very claustrophobic, very small tunnel.
Right.
You could not see, into it at all.
Okay.
Pitch black.
Okay.
Me and one other dude were like, nope, not going in, and we leave.
Smart move.
It was a smart move, but I don't specifically remember what the people said that actually went in there, but they didn't really want to talk about it. And it took them about 20 minutes to get back up. But yeah. Very creepy.
All right.
Kind of want to go explore it again and actually go into the tunnels, not going to lie.
Well, I ain't gonna come with you, bro. I already.
I was thinking that'd be a fun thing to do.
Y'all can
Yeah,
do that.
I do get scared easily, but I also kind of love it.
Yeah.
I do kind of love it because
Dude, it's
you guys have heard my madman laughing when I get scared.
Mm-hmm.
it's that place. That place is creepy. There's soccer fields nearby and the DMV, and you see these big brick cement or brick stacks that go up 60 feet in the air, and it's just the stack, nothing else. Open field and just a stack here, stack there, and just creepy, just straight out of you just imagine your classic mental hospital horror film. You could film that there. No adjustments needed. Pools of what looked like water, but
Yeah.
very not watery, just.
Could be grimy water.
Could
Yeah.
be. Could be blood. Looked like blood.
Okay, bro.
Hope it wasn't.
I think that will conclude this episode of 50-50 Take It or Leave It. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and you should look behind you.